Start your journey today by liking, subscribing, and sharing our YouTube channel, KnowledgeWell Media, or by going to our Square site at knowledgewell-media.square.site and perusing over the available content and information. Also by submitting your email at the bottom of the Square site page in the Stay in the Loop section to receive priority information, specials, and other insider details. Or by signing up for a 1-hour consultation to tailor your specific educational needs in beginning your journey. You may do so at the aforementioned Square site, once again at knowledgewell-media.square.site. Here are a few other items in demand on our Square site. The Person Defined series, a 9-part video lecture series comprehensively outlining the scheme to artfully deceive mankind into trading away his birthright, his natural liberties, and inherent rights. Pre-orders for The Yellow Bricks of Emerald, the first edition, offered presently as an ebook only. This book comprehensively uncovers the legal schemes, past, present, and future, of the elite powers and the U.S., subjecting American citizens to servitude and allegiance due to their own ignorance. The KnowledgeWell Video Lecture Series Trust Course, a comprehensive lecture series educating on the history, effects, and administration of the wealth-preserving, asset-protecting, private commercial entity known as a trust. Plus, we have our very own template and instructions to help you set up yours. And, coming soon, our apparel and product store for all things KnowledgeWell, including shirts, hats, jackets, cups, bumper stickers, and more. For all this and much, much more, as well as for any questions or comments, email to knowledgewell4u@gmail.com or go to our Square site at knowledgewell-media.square.site. And now, you've been made free. What are you going to do with it? All right. How's everybody doing today? Thank you for being here. Really appreciate that. Appreciate you for waking up with us. Hopefully you set your clocks. What is it? Back, right? Fall back, spring forward. So we gained an hour. So all y'all went out and kicked it last night and took advantage of that extra hour. All right. Well, good planning, good planning, good planning. So glad you are here. Happy November the 5th of 2023. Exciting show for us today. Good topic, a great topic as usual. We are going to be actually talking about, let's see, face your person, the unmasking. We're going to do excuse me, a few things different today. We're going to have a little fun. So I'm going to give you your warning. Go grab your zooms and your whams and kick back with me for a minute. We're going to have a good time. Grab some snacks. All right. This show is not tailored towards children.
So if they're younger, you know, NC-17 type things, we're gonna be showing some videos. We're gonna take a trip back to memory lane in order to get this message out. Okay, so you know, if you have any sensitive children, it's not going to be terrible. I mean, there's not going to be nudity and all that kind of stuff, but we're going to take a trip back. All right. So make sure that first of all, you hit that thumbs up button for me. Would you take a moment and do that right now? Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. You and you. Thank you very much. You too. Hit it. There you go. That thumbs up button. Doesn't take much, does it? Means a whole lot to us though here at KnowledgeWell Media as we provide content for you. Do our due diligence. We are again talking face your person, the unmasking. How fitting on the heels of Halloween. All right. Yeah, some of you are picking up what I'm putting down already. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting. But first of all, let's get some things out of the way. Let's real quick. Let's give shout outs to our viewers. Our Archer Enterprises LLC was first in the building today. All right. Appreciate you for being here, Mr. Archer. And he gives me my 777s. I greatly appreciate that. It's representative, and those t-shirts are on their way. Make sure that you order one. All right. I'm so excited about that. Also, KnowledgeWell Media. All right. Come on in. Hit that thumbs up. Know Thyself 722 is here. Thank you for being here as well. Know Thyself. You've been faithful, and I appreciate that for your support. And he or she gives me the 777s. Thank you very much. All right, so let's look. Anybody else? Let us know where you're listening from. Shout out your state. We always appreciate that. To kind of get a feel of our brother and sisterhood and the community that we are building here at KnowledgeWell Media. We greatly appreciate that. Thank you. All right, so let's go ahead. Donations. All right. Well, it's always there, but it's also now scrolling across the bottom. That's our Cash App. And there you can, you know, send some finances our way to help us keep doing what it is that we love to do here. You know, we probably would do it anyways, but it's just nice to know that people find value in our content and in what we provide here and the hard work that we put in. And so with that being said, value is defined as the amount that someone is willing to pay for something. All right. So if you find value in this, don't look at it as paying, but you might want to look at it as a donation saying, hey, kudos to what you're doing here. We appreciate the content. You seem like you're knowledgeable about the subjects and the topics, and we see that you don't pull any punches. You're straightforward with it. That's all you're saying. All right. So any amount, no amount is too small. No amount is too big for that matter. Okay. So do your due diligence as we do ours. And we appreciate that greatly. All right. So Cash App, $ AmericanConsulate. Thank you. And also let's go to KnowledgeWell for you at gmail.com is the email for contacting us for your individualized consultations that you might be interested in. Or to just pose a question we may or may not answer. More times than not, we answer it. We like to be personal with people, and we like to help people. That's what it's really all about, okay? When it comes down to it. We are supposed to be building community and working together. That's what it's supposed to be about, okay? So we afford that. You can contact us through our email, knowledgewellforyou@gmail.com. All right, thank you very much. Moving forward, we also have our Square site. Here you can purchase brand name things that we create here. BB Productions is our production company that handles creating our t-shirts, our mugs, all kinds of things that you can get with the KnowledgeWell brand on it, as well as our video series and lecture series, all that kind of thing that you can purchase for your library. All right. If you are an avid researcher and a studier. We also have a Patreon for our exclusive membership. We really appreciate. We've had several over the last few weeks that have joined our family, and that is wonderful. We really appreciate that. Keep it coming. Stick in there. We drop videos over there that we do not put in the public that have proprietary information or exclusive information that just generally doesn't need to be in everybody's hands. Okay, these weapons we must wield wisely. All right, and so we do our due diligence by making sure that exclusive material goes over to the Patreon. If you are interested in that, join us at the Patreon. $15 a month, I think, is the lower tier, which translates to nothing more than maybe $2.75 or something like that per week. Very nominal. Not trying to break anybody. Let me turn off my ringer here. I apologize for that. All right, and last but not least, nothing that you hear here or see here is ever intended, nor should it be construed to be legal advice. All right, if you need legal advice, please seek yourself a competent attorney and at all cost be advised. All right. Thank you very much. And I have to put this disclaimer up because we will be visiting a few videos today. Like I said, grab your snacks, kick back with me. Let's take a trip down memory lane as we discuss the topic of face your person, the unmasking. All right, let's get into it. Appreciate you for being here. Shout out your state. Give us that thumbs up when you come on in here. Even if you're watching this on replay, you don't have to be necessarily here live, but if you're watching this later on in the week, just take a second and hit that thumbs up button. It means a great deal to us here. All right. Thank you very much. Let's get it going. Now it's time. Are you ready to rumble? I should get that sound effect. All right. So with that being said, we are going to be talking about, once again, face your person, the unmasking. Let me share my screen and let's get it cracking, baby. Let's get it cracking. All right. Let me know how the sound is. If there are any problems, please let me know, or video quality or anything. Please let me know. Work with me here. Help me to be the best teacher or instructor I can be by letting me know if there are any issues or problems. Victoria is in the house, Michigan, representing. She's across the lake from me. All right. Hello, Michigan. Also, Know Thyself is in Pennsylvania. So we got Michigan, Pennsylvania, representing Wisconsin here at KnowledgeWell Media. I know, I think Archer is in, I don't recall. I apologize. Massachusetts, I think. So I think we're all over the place. So as you come on in, just shout out your state. We appreciate that. Thank you. And we are talking once again, the topic is face your person, the unmasking. All right. Look at y'all. We got Boston in the house. All Gods is here. Thank you for being here. Make sure that you hit that thumbs up button as you come on in. Appreciate you for being here. Welcome. You are now part of our family, the KnowledgeWellians. Let's get it cracking. All right. So we're looking at the etymology of the word, AKA term, person or personify. All right. And this is the verb form, which means it's an action to personify something. Now look what it says here. All right. 1727, to attribute personal form. To attribute personal form to inanimate objects or abstractions. Now we're going to define that. You know, I don't ever go over these legal terms without defining them. So I'm going to bring context and understanding and greater light to these. Just give me a moment here, okay? As I lay down the foundation, okay? Again, personify, to personify something means, or 1727, to attribute personal form to inanimate objects or abstractions. Now listen, especially as an artistic or literary technique. Now, you know, if you've been around here for any amount of time, that I did a bang up show on the art and the arts. Remember, techne, Techne, I think I spelled that right. Techne, all right, where we get the word or term technology. And you'll also find a cooperation, I'll say, between techne, art, okay, and the scripture in Genesis, okay, where it talks about the beast. I think it's Genesis chapter 3, where it's talking about the beast, or this particular beast was the most subtle and cunning beast of the field. Okay, and we know from the study that beast merely is representative of the system. All right, if you want to believe it was a literal snake, that's up to you. I'm not going to make you believe that Santa Claus is not real. That's your choice if you want to take it literal. But I choose to look deeper into things, all right? Get that esoteric meaning behind things so that I can apply that today and win, okay? That's how you play the system. So with that being said, that particular beast, it says the character of that beast was subtle and cunning and crafty, using word art, legalese, all right? It's specialized in the arts. Anybody go to school for liberal arts? You're learning those crafts. You might have heard of the term witchcraft. What is that connoting? All right. That's what the serpent in Genesis chapter 3, all right, that's the character, the attribute. All right. And so now you see that when we're looking at personifying something, all right, especially, it says once again, as an artistic or literary technique, there is a particular system or beast that is the most skilled and artistic when it comes to using particular artistic techniques. And that particular beast or serpent, that, serpent, it takes on the attribute, the character of a serpent, is very cunning at it, able to deceive. The beginning of the Bible talks about it's the personification of that very thing, right? The system. Okay. They used a serpent to personify. They attributed a personal form. Gave it the personal form of a snake to an inanimate object or an abstraction. Let's define these before we move forward, lest I forget. Okay. Let's look at what is inanimate. What is inanimate? Okay, let's not take it for granted that we know. How about we just look quite simply at a definition? Look, real simple. We're going to take the first thing that pops up. Not alive. Not alive. Okay? So that serpent, that beast in Genesis chapter 3, it wasn't really alive. It's an inanimate object. It's not really alive. They're personifying something that's not really alive. The system is not really alive, for it's fictional. A better term to use, because they being the progenitors of the system or the participants in the system, they'll never agree to it being fictional per se, but they will acknowledge that it is artificial. Artificial meaning meaning man-made. Not natural, okay? Not made by nature or by God, some people say, right? Also, look in the word artificial, and you'll see art, A-R-T, in the beginning of it. All of this correlates. Word art, techne, right? Subtle, crafty, the serpent being the most crafty of all beasts or systems in the world, using artistic techniques. Even look at the word earth. You see art in there? E-A-R-T-H. You see art right in the middle of it. It's consistent. But going back, I digress. Look, inanimate means not alive, especially not in the manner of look. Animals and humans. All right. Victoria says, come on now. All right. My preaching, I got my rag. It's Sunday. Let's do this. Look, not alive, especially not in the manner of animals and humans, because that is natural. They are natural. Said to be God-made, created. Okay, check it out. Inanimate objects like stones. They're not living, breathing. They don't have blood circulating through their system, a circulatory system, etc., right? They're inanimate. Going forward, showing no sign of life, lifeless. Okay, you get the point. Let's get out of there. Now, we wanted to define the other term, abstractions. Let's look it up. This is how easy it is. Inquiring minds want to know. We're using rational analysis to discover what is called natural law. That's all we got to do is ask questions. I'm querying. That's what this is called. Okay, so check it out. Abstraction. The quality of dealing with ideas rather than events. Just the ideology, the thought process. You know, those things that you have before you reduce them to paper, right? Or drawing. It starts in the mind of the man. Okay? So that's abstraction. Look, something which exists only as an idea. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. My bad, y'all. Y'all gotta just let me know that that's not happening. I want to make sure you can see. I like to prove things. I don't like to just be conjecturing. So please just let me know if it seems like I'm trying to show you something and it's not there. Please just give me something. Let me know. All right, here it is. So let's. I hate that. So an abstraction. Here it is. The quality of dealing with ideas rather than events. Okay, I think y'all got it. Something which exists only as an idea, aka an ideology of man. Man comes up with these grandiose ideas, these mythologies. We come up with these. You're going to see, I'm going to give you a demonstration of some of the mythologies that we came up with. And we're going to tie that in. Our topic today, again, is face your person, the unmasking. Oh, yeah. Hope you got your drinks. Hope you got your... Because we're going to the movies. We're going to have fun. All right? Here we go. Let's keep going. So that's an abstraction. So now we can put it all together. Okay? Personify. What? To attribute personal form. Are you feeling like a god today? Does not Genesis talk about God is forming things out of the dust of the earth, out of the ground, out of the elements, the fabric of the earth, forming things? That's what God, that's the attribute of God. He or she forms things out of nature. Now, look what it's saying. So when you personify something, you are giving a personal form to a lifeless object or an idea or an ideology, a belief that starts in the mind. You are giving it a form. Huh? Especially as an artistic. You know, you form that sculpture. How many of y'all work with sculpting things and all that kind of stuff? You remember the movie Ghosts? You remember she was working that clay mold, the thing spinning around, and she worked. Have not I said that ye are gods and goddesses? Proper. Did not the scripture say that ye are gods? When we stop forming things is when we descend from our deity. When we descend from our godlike nature, when we depend, here I go, I'm on my rant. When we depend on things outside of ourselves, as opposed to realizing the deity inside of you, you descend from your godlike nature. See, the scriptures in Genesis or in the book of Enoch and all that, where it's talking about the mythological fall of the serpent and taking a third of heaven. What that is personifying is that human men and women, when we stop being creators and we depend upon something outside of ourselves to create, we lose our godlike state, aka status, aka condition. You want a godlike state, you better start forming things again. Stop depending on everybody outside, government included. If you are an able-bodied man or woman or child, whatever, and you are of contracting age, well, you're not a child, then you're of 18 or greater. But you get what I'm saying. You need to start forming things again. The idea is you dream for a reason. It is time for you to start to produce those dreams and visions. Who told you that you can't do it? Did your mom or dad tell you that you're stupid? You'll never amount to anything. They were merely stripping you of your deity. Have not I said that ye are gods? That's what the personification Jesus was telling you through the scriptures. All right, I got to get back on topic. All right, hey, it's motivational. It's the day of inspiration. This is the day of the sun, huh? If I can't help you, I ain't gonna hurt you. All right, it's time to build you up. Did not I say that ye are gods? This is Yeshua talking to you. All right, let's get back to it. Let me look at the comment section. We're blowing up here. Welcome. Come on in. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Come on. Hit that thumbs up button. All God said the word individual, quote unquote, individual, is distinguished from corporations by the distinct jurisprudential definitions for natural person and legal person or artificial person. Natural person is defined as, okay, well, you're a natural person. Remember, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. A person, we know what a person is. There are natural persons and there are artificial persons, okay? Simply put, you're a natural person, okay? Person, you're going to see where it came from. We're going to go into a little bit of the history of the word person, and you'll see this is merely play, skits, Shakespeare. You know, they would wear masquerades, balls and things like that they would go to. They would put on a mask to cover their face, okay, to obscure the human underneath it. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. You're on my notes though. You're right there. Stay right there, all guys. We're gonna get on that. All God says natural person is defined as a human being who is born alive. All right. All God says as per Black's law. Very good. All God says fire and 777. Thank you for those 777s. I'm loving it. Know thyself 722 says, I have said ye are gods and all of you are children of the Most High. Thank you for that reference. Know thyself. Very good. Psalms 82. And then gave me them 777s. I'm loving it. I feel myself getting stronger. Victoria says, okay, Sunday sermon. All right. Motivational church, good vibes live. All right. Then I'm doing my job. BB Productions says, greetings to the family. Awesome. And know thyself. Debtor equals a sinner. That's right. Shaitan. Okay. All right. When you correct your status, collapse the trust, and forgive them for your debts for trespassing, ye is born again. I like that. I've covered that. You right. You on there. Very good. Know thyself. Greetings, BB. Okay. Very good. All right. So let's keep going. We got, we ain't even begun yet, y'all. Y'all stay with me. Hope y'all got y'all snacks. We got movies to watch. Check this out. We're going to uncover face your person is the topic, the unmasking. We're going to face the person. All right. So again, we know what an inanimate is. We know what abstractions are. So to personify something in the action is an action, a verb form. Okay. To attribute personal form to an inanimate or dead or lifeless object or abstraction, an idea of man, an idea, merely ideology, okay? Especially an artistic or literary technique, all right? So from person, okay, plus the suffix fi, all right, or from French personifier, 17th century from personae, meaning listen, hear me. Watch this. Watch this. Look what it says right here. Meaning to represent. Huh? What does the judge say to you when you walk into court? Would you like an attorney? If you would like, we can appoint for you an attorney to represent you. Why? Why? Embody. Did you know that your attorney is embodying you? Listen, to represent. This is what it is in an artistic technique. Remember, the attorney is a practitioner of the art of law. Would you like representation? Would you like me, look, to attribute personal form to a lifeless object? Because you coming in there are presumed to be legally incompetent, therefore unrecognizable by the system, the legal order. So what they want to do, since you are legally incompetent, you are merely a ward, because you don't know, you have not studied, you're not a practitioner of the art. So the judge will, quote unquote, advise you. They don't really advise you. They say they don't advise you, but they will recommend that you get a practitioner of the law to embody you, to represent you, so that they can create a persona, a personal form to your lifeless body. Because if you are not competent, then how can you be adjudicated? Huh? They can't. They can't adjudicate you if you are incompetent. That's why they're always asking you, do you understand the charges? That's why they want to send you away for a competency evaluation so that they can proceed with the process. They can't even proceed until you have a form that is recognizable in law. The topic today is face your person, the unmasking. All right, let's go forward. Let's look at the noun real quick and get a little greater, a deeper context. Watch this. What's a person? Then look at the part of speech. You always, when you define something, you first look to the part of speech. Why? Because you have to use it in proper context. Notice we went to the verb first. That's the activity or the action. You can't use that in the, okay? Y'all get it. Y'all went, okay. Look, this is the noun. Person, place, thing, or idea, right? Look, circa 1200. Per sound. An individual, a human being. From Old French personne, human being, any one person. Okay, 12th century modern French persone. And directly from Latin persona. We know that because I've been teaching on that all week, last week, and before that too. Persona. What's a persona? What is it? Look, human being, person, personage. Here it is, a part in a drama. Can you say the world is a stage and you are merely playing a role that is not in natural law? Not in that. Oh, you don't see the screen. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all, thank you for having my back. That's what I need. Hey, I'm moving, y'all. Like, I'm trying to click buttons and stay up abreast, but here, let me get to it. Thank you for that. Thank you. This is gonna be good. Y'all better come on in. Hit that thumbs up button. And if you a hater, don't hit it. Don't hit it. Don't hit it. If you a hater, don't hit it. Because you know you don't want to support this. You don't want to support this good information. Don't. If you a hater, just stay. Look, here we go. Person. Okay, an individual, a human being, from Old French personne, human being, any one person. 12th century modern French personne. All right. And directly from Latin, here we go. We catching up to KnowledgeWell now. Persona, human being, person, personage. Here it is. A part in a drama. Who is that? Know thyself asked, or somebody asked, what is a person? Here we go. A person, a part in a drama. Someone playing a role. Look, assumed character. You know it's the legal order because the legal order thrives off of assumptions and presumptions until they're rebutted. It's assumed character. Huh? Originally, a freaking mask. That's a person. Huh? That's a person. Look, a false face. A false face. A false face, such as those of wood or clay. What does the scripture say about making idols of wood and stone and clay? Doesn't it say something about that? Don't make unto thee any graven images. I just gave you a defense if you really want to use it. Now you have to take it a little bit further than that, but that's a defense because you have the freedom of belief, religion, I should say. Huh? So if your God told you, don't make unto thee any graven images of stone, of clay, blah, 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 I would quote that and say, you know what? I'm claiming a religious exemption from this. Now, that's if you are one of them individuals teaching people not to play in the game. You know, you fell for the okie doke because, you know, the upper echelon, the elite are trying to strike fear into you to fear the system, to villainize it, to see it as evil and bad. So you'll check out of it. And guess what? You forego or waive your rights to your benefits. So check out of the system if you so please, or you can learn to play it and take advantage of your benefits. And I'm not talking about going to chase after no Treasury Direct account. That's not what the deal is. Later for that. Comment section. Let's see who's talking. BB Production says it's all good to get excited. Amen. Amen. Victoria says, my twin flame been helping me understand a lot of this better. Awesome. Awesome. Very good. Very good. All right, let's go forward. Assumed character, originally a mask, a false face, such as those of wood or clay, covering the whole head. I wouldn't leave if I were you. I wouldn't leave. I got some goodies. You better go call your Uncle Ray Ray and, you know, call him. Tell him, come on. They're going to want to see this show. Check it out. Covering the whole head. Why are they covering the whole head with that mask? Because they want to convince who's ever watching or looking at them, the spectators, that they are the covering and not the human beneath. Oh, we're going to go somewhere with that. Stay tuned. Worn by actors, a person, a mask that is worn by actors. You are an actor. You've been an actor since the day you were born. Do you know the script, though? Do you know your part, your role that you play? Have you identified it? Have you learned it? Do you not know that the actors in Hollywood, they get the awards and things like that because they studied their part? They got it down to a T, and they're able to make you believe it from behind or on the other side of the camera, that you're looking at it and you're wowed and amazed and somewhat entertained by their performance. They sell it to you, and you believe it. Let me ask you a question. Have you been good at selling the role that you are meant to play, the persona that you are wearing in the legal order? Have you been good at selling it, or have you been kind of disenfranchised by it, by disinformation? If you can't sell the role like a Donald Trump, the Clintons, all those upper elitists who are making buku bucks off this fiat, because they know that it's fictional. But there's a way to cash out, like a casino. Use the fictional coins. You stack the fictional coins. What are you going to do? Throw them in the garbage because they're fictional coins? No. You're going to go to the cashier's window when you are finished and cash them puppies in and walk out with real stuff, or, you know, perceived real stuff. Well, you do the same thing in the system. Or you can be afraid of it, run from it, vilify it. And guess what? While you're running that way, all the people that know how to play the game are raking in the dough. They ran away from their own estate. Look at this. We tricked them, deceived them. We used crafty word art and subtlety to fool these people into vacating their own estates. This is why you don't need to run from it. You just need to learn how this play works. And then study your role in the play and sell that baby and become a megastar. How about that? Is Donald Trump a megastar? Then why aren't you? Worn by actors in later Roman theater. Okay? Offers a general 19th century explanation of persona as related to Latin personare, to sound through, i.e., the mask as something spoken through and perhaps amplifying the voice. Okay? I think we got enough there. Let me see. From mid-13th century as one of the persons of the Trinity, a person of the Trinity. Let's see what else we got. If I want to, let's see. All right, somebody's blowing my phone up here. Let me take a quick break. Everybody get a drink of water. And I'm gonna take this call because usually when people call me back to back, it's probably a reason. So just stay tuned. We'll be right back, okay? Don't move. It's about to get a whole lot more exciting. If I can find my buttons here, we'll be right back.
Start your journey today by liking, subscribing, and sharing our YouTube channel, KnowledgeWell Media, or by going to our Square site at knowledgewell-media.square.site and perusing over the available content and information. Also by submitting your email at the bottom of the Square site page in the Stay in the Loop section to receive priority information, specials, and other insider details. Or by signing up for a 1-hour consultation to tailor your specific educational needs in beginning your journey. You may do so at the aforementioned Square site, once again at knowledgewell-media.square.site. Here are a few other items in demand on our Square site. The Person Defined series, a 9-part video lecture series, comprehensively outlining the scheme to artfully deceive mankind into trading away his birthright, his natural liberties, and inherent rights. Pre-orders for The Yellow Bricks of Emerald, the first edition, offered presently as an ebook only. This book comprehensively uncovers the legal schemes, past, present, and future, of the elite powers and the U.S., subjecting American citizens to servitude and allegiance due to their own ignorance. The KnowledgeWell Video Lecture Series Trust Course, a comprehensive lecture series educating on the history, effects, and administration of the wealth-preserving, asset-protecting, private commercial entity known as a trust. Plus, we have our very own template and instructions to help you set up yours. And, coming soon, our apparel and product store for all things KnowledgeWell, including shirts, hats, jackets, cups, bumper stickers, and more. For all this and much, much more, as well as for any questions or comments, email to knowledgewell4u@gmail.com or go to our Square site at knowledgewell-media.square.site. And now, you've been made free. What are you going to do with it?
All right, we are back. My apologies, family in the hospital. something going on. I'll deal with that in a little bit. Cool. Let's keep going. Let me get back in my mode. All right, so let's do this. Grab your chips, your popcorn, your drink, whatever you got. Okay, I know it's football Sunday. Okay. So what we're gonna do? Let me make sure this screen. Hold on. Now remember, we're talking about personification. We're talking about a mask. All right. We're talking about, what does it say? Inanimate, giving form. Okay, giving personal form to lifeless fictions, corporations, right? Abstractions, mere ideas. We give them personal form, personification. Okay, keep that in mind. I'm going to walk us through memory lane on a few different movies just to demonstrate exactly what it is. Personifications. They've been in our life this whole time. They've been here the whole time. Our parents just didn't know what they were looking at. But I'll be your Huckleberry. All right. So is there any, make sure there ain't no music playing in the background. Is there music? Okay, let's turn that off. All right, very good. Let's do this. You remember this? You remember this? Look what they were telling us this whole time. Come on in, hit that thumbs up button, even if you're watching this on replay. Okay, watch this. You remember this? Oh, what is that? Remember that? Here you go. Let me know if the sound is working, please. Remember this?
This is the story of Stanley Ipkiss.
Stanley, you are the nicest guy. Really, you are.
Yeah. His job is at the bank.
You're 40 minutes late. Now, that's the same as stealing.
I'm sorry, Mr. Dickey. It'll never happen again.
He loves his dog.
Come on, man. Give him to me. Drop it.
He's polite to his landlord.
Ipkiss, do you have any idea what time it is?
You know, Mrs. Penman,
What?
nothing.
And the most exciting thing in his life are his pajamas. But now,
Hey, you! What are you doing down there? I'm just looking for my mask!
all that is about to change. Because Stanley Ipkiss is not the man he used to be.
Spoken!
It's like it brings your innermost desires to life. You become some sort of love-crazy wild man.
I want him here tomorrow, alive.
Now you have to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Do ya, punks?
Jim Carrey is
That's the guy.
Hello!
The Mask.
Ooh! Somebody stop me!
So you get the point, right? Yeah, they were telling us this stuff back in the day. We were sitting there being entertained. We didn't even know. Our parents surely didn't know what was really being said by Warner Brothers or the director or the producer or the writer of The Mask. You notice he was just the plain old ordinary man. Nothing special about him. He was a bit dorky, in fact, right? Nothing special. He was getting into trouble. Everybody could walk all over him. His boss would talk to him any sort of way, and he wanted to tell his boss off, but he stopped himself. Just a timid guy until he put that mask on. Then he got his type of superpower, a whole different persona or personification. All right, a whole new character he took on. And he was able to perform feats such as dodging bullets like in The Matrix. When the time comes, Neo, you won't even have to dodge the bullets. Let's keep going. Here's the next one. Let's see if you remember this. Personification, the masks. That's what's going on here. Okay? That's what's going on here. Face your person. The unmasking. Here we go. This has been going on all of our lives.
Look, in the sky, Chief.
It's a bird.
It's a plane.
No, look, it's...
Uh-oh. Now it wants to buffer, of course. Hold on. Stand by. The sound is good. Thank you, Know Thyself. Hold on.
You wanted to see me?
Oh, see.
Superman!
What's the S stand for?
On my world, it means hope.
Well, here
Come on now.
it's an S. Superman.
Hey, I like it. Superman.
I can do things that other people can't.
Faster than
1948.
a speeding bullet, invulnerable to anything but kryptonite, and he never lies.
Come on now.
Any more at home like you?
Not really, no.
That's the way you're going to be, huh?
It's another way of saying that it's not from this world, Clark.
It's not from this world, Clark. Huh? Are there any more like you? Another mild-mannered man who's a nerd, a geek wearing glasses. Right?
I come from a planet called Krypton.
Your Kryptonian body draws its strength from Earth's yellow sun.
When the world finds out what you can do, it's going to change everything.
I am merely a servant of the state who seeks to better the lives of our citizens. How do we know you won't one day act against America?
Did you hear that? I am merely a servant to the state. Come on now, y'all. What's a citizen? Considered an employee or a subject to the state. They've been telling us this the whole time. We've been late. Our parents were late. They didn't get it.
That's interesting.
I grew up in Kansas, Jeff. About as American as it gets.
I grew up in Kansas, about American as it gets. All right, you get the point on that. I don't know why it's starting to buffer now. Superman, The Mask. Everybody is plain Jane and nerdy until they put on the person. Everybody is nerdy. Then they become superhuman or artificial. Huh? Yeah, supernatural. It's been there the whole time. Let's go to the next one. Remember, what happens when you personify something? Remember? Let's look at it one more time in light of what we just saw. Look, this is what is happening. Look, what did they do? Attribute personal form to an abstract idea. Superman started off as an idea and someone brought it to life. They gave it a persona, a mythology, Zeus, Thor, Poseidon, all of these so-called gods and demigods. The idea of a man. Man brought that stuff to life and gave it a personal form. Let's keep going. I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down. Look, how about this one? You remember this one? This is 2005. This one's so out there. Hopefully this will play here.
I wish I wasn't afraid all the time, but I am.
People should not be afraid of their governments.
Uh-oh.
Governments should be afraid of their people.
Those caught in violation of curfew will be prosecuted without leniency or exception.
It's past curfew, you know.
There's the mask.
say?
Oh, not tonight.
Who are you?
Gentlemen, I want this terrorist found, and I want him to understand what terror really means.
We're working on several leads. Her parents were detained when she was 12.
It was like those black bags erased them from the face of the earth.
You have one chance. You must tell us the whereabouts of Codename V.
If our own government was responsible for the deaths of 100,000 people, you really want to know? Those who are responsible will be held accountable. The time has come for you to live without fear.
I'm ready.
This country stands on the edge of oblivion. I want everyone to remember why they need us.
Kill him.
My turn.
I suddenly had this feeling that everything was connected. We're all part of it. Are we ready for it? The only verdict is vengeance.
So you see what's going on there. I mean, that's so out there. That's that's obvious. The government, and then against the people, where I think that's Keira Knightley represents the people without power, because she's mere human. She's mere human. The system, she's piddly. She's an individual, mere human. And then what happens? A character, a person donning a mask empowers the people, because they figured the game out, or he knows the game, and he empowers these individuals, these petty little humans, that they can be powerful, that they can come together. But guess what? You'll notice everybody starts to don that mask. That's when they take back their power. Come on here, man. This stuff's been out here. Huh? And we all over here trying to trace Treasury direct accounts and trying to be secure party creditors and all that kind of stuff. The answers have been here. They've been showing us this whole time. We just didn't have eyes to see or ears to hear. Huh? That's what it is. Let's keep going. You got your popcorn? Yeah. Cheers. Let's keep going. It's been here. I'm taking you all the way back from 1948 with Superman. We're going to come all the way up to today. Watch this. You remember this one? If I can get it up here. There you go. Remember this one? This one might be kind of dark, but you get the point.
Ages ago, when history was short and winters were dark, tribes of Celtic farmers believed there was one day a year where the season of life meets the season of death, when malevolent spirits could rise from their graves.
Oh, I want to save that one. Hold on. I want to save that one. That one's a little history on the celebration of Halloween or Halloween. Okay, just wait. I'll bring that one back. Where are you at? Okay, here it is. Remember this?
I've waited for him.
Testing 1, 2, 3. We're on.
Pay attention.
We're here to investigate a patient that killed 3 innocent teenagers on a Halloween in 1978. He was shot by his own psychiatrist and taken into custody that night, and has spent the last 40 years in captivity. Hello, Michael. I have something you might like to see.
There it is.
Everyone in my family turns into a nutcase this time of year. Yeah, I mean, your grandmother is Laurie Strode. She was almost murdered.
Wasn't it her brother who murdered all those babysitters?
No, it was not her brother. That's something that people made up.
Do you know that I pray every night that he would escape?
What the hell did you do that for?
So I can kill him.
Dad, look out!
The bus crashed.
Mom, what bus crashed?
Michael escaped.
Excuse me, somebody's in here.
Hello?
He's waited for this night. He's waited for me. I've waited for him.
Get out! Go home! Get inside!
You don't believe in the boogeyman?
He's here!
Michael! You should.
Can you close the closet door?
Scared the mess out of some of y'all. Some of y'all still having nightmares about Michael Myers, ain't you? All right, check it out. There were several things that you should have taken from that. Okay, remember, I think Michael Myers, born in water or blah, blah, blah. Merely symbolic. We all come through water. All right, and then the mask comes after that, right? That legal mask, that legal name, legal entity, legal identity. All that comes after you are born through the water. Michael Myers, you got it? And then his family, his lineage is hunting him, right? Is trying to kill it, right? The family. It has to do, it's all correlated. One day I'm gonna probably pick a movie and just break it all the way down, one of these. But for these intents and purposes, you get the point. The common denominator is there's a mask. There's a mask. And you become known by that mask, that character, and it empowers you. It strikes fear in people. Fear is power over others, right? That's what it is. All right. Let me see here. How about this one? How about this one? This one's really deep.
The kids of Elm Street don't know it yet.
Oh, come on.
But something is coming to get them.
This is God.
Who are you?
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep. I know the secret now. This is just a dream.
Is it just a dream? Whatever you do, don't fall asleep. Huh? What's the antithesis of falling asleep? Being woke. Huh? Isn't that what everybody's talking about now? Being woke? What happens if you fall asleep, if you're not woke? Huh? You'll be subject to the boogeyman. Over in Halloween, Jamie Lee Curtis said what? You don't believe in the boogeyman? Oh, you should. Meaning these artificial persons exist. They have an existence within the legal order. Huh? And since you are part, or you are in this world, or in this movie, the world is a stage, you are in the legal order. Therefore, don't say that these things aren't real. That's why I said don't use fiction, use artificial. meaning they're man-made. Don't try to illegitimize the system. You are in this movie. There is little to nothing you can do about it because the world is becoming a stage. Excuse me. The United States has become the world power, has been the world power. And it has infected the rest of the world. In the Bible, it talks about Babylon being the great whore, doing trade and commerce with all nations, getting the world hooked on its blood oil and things, on its fiat currencies and its banking system, central banking systems. It's pervasive. It's everywhere. So you are in the movie. So you should believe that these artificial persons are real. The boogeyman is real.
Hey.
We were kids. We were kids when this came out. They were showing us the whole time. You've been cultured. You've been raised in this ideology where they, again, personify things that are non-living, inanimate objects, ideas. What do you think these writers, directors, what are they doing? They're professionals in the art, the skill of convincing you, of quote unquote deceiving you. It's a whole lot of truth with just a little bit of lie in it. The lie is that these actors are really being killed, are really doing things. They're not. They're just acting in a role. They're playing in accordance with the script. And let's see. Y'all know this one. I'm just showing. The system has been replete through it. You know this stuff. Now you should see it through a clearer view and understand what has been going on. Okay, you went through the public school system, but you were getting so much more information and so much more empowerment that you didn't even know you were getting. If only you had seen it, right? Or had eyes to see. What about this one?
Hello? Hello? I wanted to ask you if maybe you've seen somebody. My sister, she's gone missing.
She ain't missing. She's dead.
What?
People go missing around here. They're gone for good. Outsiders come, they don't know where to walk. They bring trouble. They just won't be left alone. And so does he.
So does who? But man, please, so does who?
The power goes out here all the time.
Help me! Help me! Please help me!
Lawrence,
No, you can't go out there.
we have to help him.
No, we can't, okay? He's using your friend as bait. He wants us to go out there.
But you don't know that.
Where are the police? Look, we have to
Come on now.
help him.
All right. We get the point. All right. A little bit of overkill. I just want to play this one last. Okay. Halloween, the origins, and then we'll close up with a little commentary. Okay. I'll give a summation of everything. Here we go.
And walk amongst the living. It was Celtic.
All right. Hold on.
Ages ago, when history was short and winters were dark, Tribes of Celtic farmers believed there was one day a year where the season of life meets the season of death, when malevolent spirits could rise from their graves and walk amongst.
If you don't believe in the boogeyman,
it was.
She said you should.
Celtic Ireland, BC, and that day was called Samhain, the Celtic word for summer's end. On a day when so many spirits lurked, Druid priests tried to foretell whether their villages would survive the winter. Ordinary Celts lit great bonfires and disguised themselves to repel and confuse the spirits. In the 8th century, in a likely attempt to distract the Celts from their pagan practice, Pope Gregory III established All Hallows Day.
Who? The Pope. The Pope.
Day honoring all saints, known and unknown, on November 1st.
Come on, here.
Europeans accepted the new holiday, but saw no reason not to enjoy their traditional rituals as well, and soon Samhain became known as All Hallows Eve. From there, it was a short walk to the name we all know today, Halloween. Predictably, such a heathen tradition was of no interest to America's first Puritans, and so it, like Europe, was left behind. Until the mid-19th century, when a potato famine drove over 1 million starving Irish and their folklore across the Atlantic and into America's port cities. An ocean from home and immersed in a cultural melting pot, their traditions began to change. The roaring bonfires shrank to lanterns carved from gourds, the first jack-o'-lanterns, and the Celts' demonic disguises became the sinister costumes of modern-day Halloween. The origins of trick-or-treating remain unclear. It is believed to have stemmed from a custom known as souling, in which the poor went from home to home and prayed for the souls of each family's dead, in exchange for small cakes to eat. By the early part of the 20th century, Halloween was gaining a foothold as an American institution. Mass-produced Halloween costumes became commonplace, making Halloween one of the most profitable holidays on the calendar, earning retailers billions of dollars. Halloween's appeal transcends age, delighting both children and, yes, even adults alike. It's a day to step into costume, gorge on sweets, throw ghoulish galas, and scare ourselves silly. The truth is frightfully clear. Not even a silver bullet could stop Halloween now.
All right, so a little history there for you. Celtic rituals and things like that made its way over here in the 19th century or whatever it said. Ireland or Irish come over here, and next thing you know, it resurfaced, I guess, the Halloween, Hallows Eve, whatever. But one thing or two, a few things are always consistent. Personifications or masks, death or dying, or corporations or corpse, body corpse, right? Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, making a whole lot of corpse. In fact, I was watching when I was queuing these up, it was telling the body count. Who had more bodies in their movies? Corpses. That's what they're showing. It's signifying corpses, dead bodies, artificial, right? These entities. All right, but the mask is the point. Let's close up by just summarizing. Okay, again, our topic: face your person. The unmasking. Jamie Lee Curtis, I think her name is, began to face her brother, Michael Myers from Halloween. You know, she was like, I'm so sick of this. I'm so fed up with battling with these demons in our family. So sick of fighting this script, fighting in this role that I play on the world stage in Halloween, the movie, the series, right? I'm so sick of it that I was wishing that he would escape from the mental institution. Why? So I can kill him. V for Vendetta. The people were downtrodden, were oppressed by the government, who was convincing the people, you need us, you need me, you cannot survive without me. And the mask showed up, right? The V shows up and empowers the people. They have a personification, a form, right? He represents the idea that we can be strong again. Okay? But it took a mask in order for that to be accomplished. Then the people became empowered. They had a face, a form that represented the people. They recognized the ability, the capacity that they gained through that mask. And isn't it ironic or not? The anonymous character during the Trump campaign and during the presidency was that same mask, trying to empower the people. It became a face of the people. You see, okay. So let's just do this. We had an hour and 16 minutes. So let's just look at this, look at what we're looking at. Again, to personify something as Michael Myers, as Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, V for Vendetta, to personify something is to attribute personal form. This is what happened. The directors, the writers of the movie, they gave personal form to things that were ordinarily dead, unnatural, artificial, okay? Things that they had idealized, okay? Especially in an artistic or literary technique. The artistic or literary technique is the movie itself, movie magic, right? From personae, meaning, so to represent or embody an idea or an inanimate object. Let's just say that in our imagination that you are in the custody of a birth certificate, okay? And if you've been around here for any amount of time, you know what my teaching on the birth certificate, what it truly is, what it truly represents. This is not something that is hidden. What does the birth certificate represent? Let me show you. In closing, let me show you. Let me show you something. In closing, here you go. We're at the U.S. Embassy in the Dominican Republic. Well, whatever. It's still the U.S. Embassy, so it's true, okay? It's a bona fide source is the point. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see this. We're talking about something that represents something. Uh-oh, what happened? Come on now. Come on now. I don't know what I did. Hold on. Oh, this is annoying. One moment. Here you go. In order to obtain a U.S. passport, U.S. citizens should be prepared to provide the following. Proof of U.S. citizenship, right? The birth certificate is proof of U.S. citizenship. How do we know? Right here. An original U.S. birth certificate is proof of U.S. citizenship. So that document becomes a personification of an idea. What does it say? An idea, an ideology, an abstraction. That's what it said. That's what an ideology or idea is. Okay? It's something that is constructed in the legal order, and it becomes a certificate. It certifies that an event has taken place. So that in itself is a personification, as it were. Okay? It takes on a type of personality, a person. Okay, now on that birth certificate is found the legal name. The legal name is the name that gives you the power to sign documents, deeds, or contracts, deeds, or other legal documents. Okay? And it is affixed or branded upon the birth certificate, which is a representation document that proves something, it certifies something. And that came from a mere idea, and they reduced it to the paper form. And you are in the custody and care of that form. Question is, who does the form belong to? Okay, it is U.S. and your state's property. Their name is all over it. And so this is what we're dealing with. All right. I think that's enough for now. My point was what? Facing the person, your person, that personification, that personality. It is the character, it is the person, it is the mask. And as you see, it empowers. It can empower. It can empower. And you should believe that the boogeyman exists. You should, because it does. It does. These artificial persons, persons of law or persons in law, meaning they are corpus juris, bodies of law. Huh? They're incorporeal. They're not real bodies as in flesh and blood. They're inanimate bodies, bodies of law, corpus juris. Look it up and you'll see for yourself. The body of law. Corporations, bodies of law. They take their recognition, they get their recognition, okay, and they receive sanction, all right, in law, under positive law. We're in the legal order when we're talking and discussing this, okay? So that's what you need to take away from that. I really appreciate you all for being here. Thank you for your support. I really hope that you learned something today. I hope that you can grow from it, and when you know better, you know better. All right? So don't forget, we are live here every Sunday, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, and then we'll be right back here Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Don't miss a single episode. We are moving. We are making progress. We are asserting the remedy. We're applying the remedy that KnowledgeWell, unlike any other platform, has produced. All right. If you need more information and you want to have an individual discussion on how to apply these things to your personal situation, an individual situation, then hit us up at KnowledgeWell for you at gmail.com. It should be right here somewhere on the bottom of the screen. There's the Gmail. All right. KnowledgeWell for you at gmail.com. That's the number 4, the letter U at gmail.com. All right. And now you've been made free. The question is, what are you going to do with it? All through our lives, we've seen Jason. We've seen Freddy Krueger. We've seen Michael Myers. They've been right in front of our face. We've been merely entertained, and we did not glean from it what we should have. Our parents did not either. But hey, better late than never. Now that you can see it, all right? And the truth makes you free. I'll talk to you next time, right here, KnowledgeWell Media. Love you all. And now you've been made free. The question is, what are you going to do with it? Let's talk to you soon. Peace.